Hi, I'm Sandy, here today to lead you through an 8 to 10 minute active practice focusing in on the lower back. The lower back and the neck have the most mobility in our spine, so it's not a surprise that quite often those are the parts that get used the most, are prone to being sore and even injury prone. So just to bring an awareness to the movement patterns of the lower back so that we can create balance and just create a stronger awareness and alignment in the back. So let's start by laying down on your back and come into a pose called starfish. So you're going to take the feet wide and take your arms wide. And then coordinate this movement, this position with the breath. So on the inhale, extend the legs, extend the arms. Come into the biggest version of yourself that you can. And then exhale and relax it. That feels pretty good, huh? Inhale, go again. Extend, open into the hips, open into the shoulders. And exhale and relax. Now think about your spine here. Keep going with this. Inhaling, opening. Creating some decompression in the spine by lengthening like this. And exhale, relaxing. And one more breath. Inhale, opening up. And then exhale and bend your knees. Draw the knees in. Come into a little ball. I'm going to take the knees in a figure 8 pattern. So keep the knees together. Bring them to the right. Roll onto your right hip. Come back through the middle, rolling across your sacrum. And then roll onto your left hip. And just keep going with that. As you come through the middle, feel the waist hit the mat. So we're coming into a backward tilt here, and then over to the left. Do that a couple more times. You think about your spine, it moves in 8 different directions. So there's forward flexion, back extension, there's side bending, there's twisting or rotation, and there's also compression and decompression. Compression is what happens when we're upright all day, and that's healthy. It stimulates bone density. Decompression is what we don't do a lot of, and sometimes that's where we need to help the spine, is by finding ways to decompress. Bring your feet down to the mat. Just have your arms relaxed at your sides. We have 4 natural curves in our spine. 2 are lordotic and 2 are kyphotic. The lower back is a lordotic curve, and you can slide your hand in there and feel that natural curve, the waist lifting off the mat. The curves are healthy. They give us our suppleness and our strength. So let's work a little bit though with the lower back curve. So come into a backward pelvic tilt, pressing your waist into the mat. Feel how your abs have to work to do that. And then inhale, come back to neutral. Exhale, lift the belly up, come into a forward tilt, creating more space in that curve in your lower back. Inhale to neutral. Exhale, backward tilt, really pushing the back into the mat. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, forward tilt. Good. One more time through this 3 positions of the lower back. So pressing the waist into the back, that feels pretty good. Back into neutral and lifting and deepening the arch of the back. Forward tilt. Good. Come on, back into neutral. Let's roll to one side and come on around and onto your hands and knees. So we can't think about the lower back without thinking about ways to strengthen the muscles that support it. So your abdominals are important, also creating strength in your glutes and your back muscles, and just, you know, really heightening that awareness of how the back works in your alignment. So let's come on down into a forearm plank. You're going to have your forearms parallel with each other. You knew a plank was coming, right? Walk your feet back, push back with the heels, very strong with the arms. Think about those 3 positions of the lower back right now. So backward tilt, neutral, forward tilt. Guess which one you want to be in for a plank? Neutral. Push back with the heels. We'll take a few breaths here. Actually, let's take the feet a little wider. Take your feet right out to the sides of the mat. Push strongly into your left arm and open to the right. So we're side bending and twisting. Exhale the right arm down. Inhale and open to the left. 2 more times. Exhale down. Pressing strongly into the forearm and into the hand. Exhale down. Inhale, and think of lengthening the spine too. Exhale down, building some strength here in our obliques. Inhale, opening. Exhale down. And inhale and open. Bring the hands down, come on down to your knees. So walk your knees ahead. Let's take the knees a little wider on the mat and just take a little break in child's pose. Hips towards your knees. Folding forward, either resting your head on your hands or on the mat. And just take some deeper breaths here, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And each time you breathe out, see if you can soften the lower back. creating a bit of traction in the lower back. Okay, let's breathe in, come on back up, place your hands on the mat, walk your feet back into downward facing dog. So pushing strongly ahead with the palms of the hands, pulling the shoulder blades into your back. And once again, play with those three positions. So this is a forward pelvic tilt, neutral, and a backward pelvic tilt. So go through those three positions a couple more times. Just go at your own pace. Noticing the forward tilt, how it really picks up some tension in the hamstrings and into your sit bones underneath your glutes. Okay, bend your knees, walk your feet ahead. Keep the knees bent to come safely up so you're not using your lower back, you're using your legs. And then find a piece of the wall. You're going to walk over, maybe move a piece of furniture if you need to. Take your hands on the wall at hip height. Walk your feet back a little bit and come into downward dog at the wall. So pushing into the hands. Same thing that you were doing on the mat, but now we're not weight bearing into the upper body. And really lift up those sit bones, those little bony bits right underneath your glutes. And play with those three positions again. So the backward tilt, neutral, forward tilt, and neutral. So neutral is where we want to be, but it's good to have an awareness of those other two ends of the movement pattern so that you can find the balance, you can find the center point. And bend your knees. Come on back in. Back onto your mat. Come on into a wide stance here. And we're going to slide the hands down the legs. Bring your left hand onto your right leg. So we're side bending. Take your right hand on your right hip and then extend. Lengthen the spine, lengthen your head. Come into a deeper twist now. And find the twist not just in your waist, but feel it in your ribs. So we're pulling those left ribs under, pulling the right ribs up, and maybe reaching up with the right arm. And then release that, bring it down, come on over to your left leg, right hand on the leg, left hand on the hip. Again, extend, lift and lengthen, feeling the side bend, feeling the decompression, and then deepen the twist, pulling the left ribs back, the right ribs up, and opening up. Good, release that, bring your hands back down, just bend your knees, come back down onto your mat. We're going to switch around to laying down on your back. Have the arms out from your sides. And bend your knees so the knees are at 90 degrees, hips are at 90 degrees. Going to do some more twists here. Keep the knees together and take the legs to the right. So roll onto your right hip. Come on back in and press the small of the back into the mat. Backward tilt and then roll onto your left hip. Good, inhale back up. Exhale to the right. Inhale back up. Exhale to the left. Good, one more set. Inhaling, waist into the mat, exhale, maybe go a little further. Inhale back up. Think about what's happening in your spine here. Side bending, twisting, extending. Come on back up. Hug your knees. And then just bring your feet down to the sides of the mat. Let your knees come together. Lift your chest and pull the shoulder blades in under your back. Neutralize your lower back. So you might want to start with a backward pelvic tilt into the mat and then just let it soften and come back into its natural curve. Close your eyes and start to work with your breath again. Take an inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Inhaling, exhaling. One part of your awareness on your breathing. Another part of your awareness on the sensations in your lower back, sides, your hips, upper back and ribs. And just letting everything be at ease now, no muscular effort required. A couple more rounds of breath. Letting go. And then draw your knees back in. Hug the knees. Roll to one side. Come on up to sitting up. So thank you for your attention and for sharing this practice with me today. Namaste.